As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Iris Jackson is suing Michaela Williams in the amount of $1,050. Ms. Jackson claims she and the defendant had solid bookings for their comedy show and says she lost money when Ms. Williams abruptly quit the tour.
Ms. Jackson, you're suing Ms. Williams for $1,050 for breach of contract?
Yes.
Are you performers?
We're comedians.
So were you guys friends or just colleagues?
We were friends.
Okay.
We started off as friends when we met in LA. We were just getting started in the comedy scene. Because of financial reasons or whatever, I had to move back to Charlotte.
Okay.
And at that time, again, we were friends. So, you know, we're texting and I found out that she was back in Charlotte as well. So I said, okay, perfect. Like, let's put together our idea of doing this comedy tour.
Okay.
Right? And so because
you had your routines already worked out?
We brainstormed it together.
Excuse me, you had routines worked out?
So I told her, because she's a mom and because she's a traveling nurse or a stay-at-home nurse or whatever she does now, at-home mom, whatever it is. I told her.
What are you?
Your Honor, I'm a mother, but I'm also a nurse. When I first met her, I was a traveling nurse, hence why I was in LA.
So when you moved out to LA, you had your daughters with you?
No, my daughters was with my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So then when you moved back to Charlotte, you were back with your family,
Exactly.
your husband and your children.
Exactly.
Okay. And so you thought, now she's back in Charlotte,
Yes.
I'm going home to Charlotte.
Yes.
And we're going to do comedy shows around in the Charlotte metropolitan area.
Yes, because that's the idea we had.
Okay, did you have routines already?
So I put together the whole comedy tour.
Right.
Including calling the venues and setting it up and presenting them with like a co-lead women comedy show. 6 different venues around North Carolina.
Right.
Right? Did all this stuff, the sketches, she had creative input as well because I gave her that freedom, but I had the time to put it together. So I put it together, I presented it to her, the contract, everything was set in stone, the guaranteed
You still haven't answered when we decided we were doing this. We have set routines already.
Yes. We have a 70-minute show, 70 to 75-minute show.
Okay.
15 minutes each, 35 minutes for both of us to do 15 minutes her by herself, 15 minutes me by myself, 35 minutes together.
And you presented her with a contract?
Yes.
You signed a contract?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. So did we start doing the shows?
We started doing the show.
Where was the first show?
The first show was like 2 hours from Charlotte.
Okay.
So
where was it?
It was in Raleigh, Your Honor.
It was in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes.
Okay.
And the first show was great. The first show was amazing, even though she, you know, I'm optimistic. So she missed a few rehearsals and she didn't say anything about the script or anything, so I'm thinking it's all good.
So when we went to Raleigh, did it go well in your estimation?
Yeah, so that was the first show, and I thought it went great. I thought it went smoothly.
How much did y'all make for that show?
So it was $350 per person, $700 in total.
$700 for the Raleigh show?
Yes.
And it was just a one-night gig?
Right, so each night we would get $700 together, split it by half, so that's $350.
Okay, but that one show was one night in Charlotte. I'm sorry, in Raleigh.
In Raleigh.
How far is Raleigh from Charlotte?
Raleigh is about like 3 hours.
So you drove to Raleigh that day?
Yes.
Did your show and drove back home?
Yes.
But there was no other problem in Raleigh, was it?
Your Honor, the problem was the vibes.
What were the vibes?
The vibes were the first show was great, right? No complaints.
Right.
The second show, our hometown show in Charlotte,
right.
This one wanted to act like the prima donna, and after the show, she wanted to change the script.
Okay, but let me stop you. In the Charlotte show, how did the show go?
The Charlotte show was not as smooth as the first show in Raleigh.
How much did they pay y'all for the Charlotte show?
Same.
Same thing, okay. But
in my opinion, I just thought the crowd wasn't really reacting as much as they did at the first one.
Your Honor, the first show went great. There's like a written script that I created, and I gave her a little creative control with, you know, things in the contract so that she could be a part of it, right? Even though I was doing all of the work including creating the scripts for the show.
Right.
And again, by the second show, she got the bright idea, because we were in our hometown, that she wanted to make my time a little shorter and hers a little longer so that she can tell her own jokes now. So she wanted to change up the whole idea.
During this little skit that we do, she was, taking more time than she should have been taking?
No, by the end of the second show, she wanted to change the way we were doing it by taking away from my 15 minutes by myself and giving herself a little bit more extra time so she could put her jokes in. Time.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
Also, I think I've been funnier, so I just wanted to suggest, which she gave me the flexibility.
So let me do more talking because I'm funny. Well, neither one of y'all have made me laugh.
And later.
What type of neighborhood is it?
It's just a simple, regular neighborhood. It's just that I don't groom my yard. I let Mother Nature take its course.
Oh yeah, I had a neighbor like that.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Iris Jackson, who is suing Michaela Williams for breach of contract.
So she came up to you after the second part and said, I want to extend I basically want to take your time, and you said no.
Yes, I said no.
That just seems like the type of person you are.
Yeah, I said no.
You said no, this is not happening.
I said no, it's fine.
Right?
If you bring your energy up, then maybe we'll have a better show next time.
Okay, so this is already then weighing down the show then. The two people that are the stars of the show aren't getting along. That negative energy can't be bringing people laughter.
I was bringing positive vibes the whole time.
Right.
She was bringing the negative energy because she wanted to change everything.
The energy was between the two of you. So that could not have been a good show for the people watching you two with the negative energy.
It wasn't good.
Well, it sounds like it was just ugly.
Yes, it was. That's
Okay.
why I had to address it, Your Honor.
Okay, but we got paid that night.
Yes.
And then what happened after the second show?
And then, so I told her no to her suggestions because I'm like, girl, you could have talked about this in the rehearsals if you were there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Did you go on with the show?
We went on with the show to the third show.
So now where's the third show?
The third show is in Greensboro. It's like an hour and 30 minutes from Charlotte.
Okay. In between that second and third show, did y'all talk? Did y'all rehearse? Did any of that happen?
Yes, Your Honor. So after the second show, I brought up to her that I wanted to add in some more material, which meant that I would have to take up more of her time. But honestly, I didn't think that was a problem because she didn't really have much to give anyway.
Okay. Well, you must have thought she had something to give because you entered an agreement with her that we're going to go around together and do comedy around the state of North Carolina.
Right.
So you must have thought she had the talent. You why waste your time and money and effort and leaving your husband and children at home.
Right.
Your Honor, I feel like overall, we both were in the same position. That's what, like where we met.
Right.
We were at the same level.
Right.
And so, yes, she has something. I'm not going to downplay her completely and say that she don't have nothing, but she's been a little rusty. So have I. But also, I think I've been funnier. So I just wanted to suggest, which she gave me the flexibility.
So let me do more talking because I'm funny. Well, neither one of y'all have made me laugh.
Your Honor,
I'm still waiting for
this whole situation is a joke.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
The whole situation is a joke.
So why are we here now?
I'm suing her of $1,050 because after the third show, she sends me a text message.
The third show was in Greensboro?
Which I have evidence for.
Let me see the text. The third show was in Greensboro?
Yes.
And did that show go well or it didn't go well?
No, it did not go well.
Did you get paid?
Yes, I got paid for that last one.
Okay, so the 3 shows you did, you got paid for them.
Yes.
Nobody said, the owners of the clubs didn't say, get out of here, I'm not paying you, you're horrible. Nothing like that happened. So, but after that show, you sent a text.
Yes.
I've thought long and hard about this, and I'm sorry to tell you that I'll be quitting the show. Last night was my last. Are you serious? I know we had a few issues, but the crowd was loving the show. Please reconsider. Sorry, girl, I'm done. I'm choosing me. Wow. Your wow was you. So now you're suing her on a breach of the contract.
Yes.
Let me see the contract. So in the last Article 4 of the contract, it said, should either performer fail to appear at any scheduled performance without a medical emergency or force majeure, which is like some act of God, that performer shall be deemed in material breach of this contract.
Yes, and can I
And also, if a material breach by one performer results in a cancellation of the remaining scheduled dates, the breaching performer shall be financially liable to the non-breaching performer for the resulting loss of guaranteed contracted income.
Period.
Okay, so after she said she's not doing the next 3 shows, what did you do about the next 3 shows?
They got canceled. And her reason for
Well, I'm saying, did you reach out to the club owners and say,
Yes.
you know what, I could do the show by myself. I don't need a partner to do the show.
I did, Your
And
Honor.
nobody said, okay, it's okay with me.
No, because we had an agreement with these clubs that it was going to be a co-lead with 2 women comedians. And you know what, Your Honor? Her reason for canceling is ridiculous.
What's
It's
the reason for
ludicrous.
canceling?
Your Honor, she was being very...
Medical emergency or force majeure? Which one was it?
At this point, it has to be medical emergency because it was emotional distress.
Wow.
Okay, well, if you're going to argue emotional distress, I need a professional to come in and testify to me about your emotional distress. That's the only way you're going to get out on emotional distress.
Your Honor, she was being very disrespectful on set, on stage.
Right.
So there was a specific joke that she tried to put out on me, and honestly, I just feel like it was like a backhand to the face.
Right.
So basically, she said, some things in life we'll never understand, like overweight vegans or traveling nurses who never travel. Obviously, she's speaking about me because...
Okay, but who would have known that? The audience doesn't know you're a traveling nurse.
Your Honor, that was the whole point of me trying to give more additional jokes because I am a travel nurse and I wanted to use my job a part of my set.
Right, I understand that, but you have a contract here that basically says is if you cancel it, you owe her.
I understand that.
So
but
that's where you come up with the 1,050?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that, 350 times 3?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm ready to rule. Good luck to both of you. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,050. Good
Thank
luck.
you, Judge.
All rise. Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,050.
I got my money. That's all I was worried about, period. She obviously needed the money more than I did. So, happy for her, I guess.
Coming up.
Because you got the right, maybe, to live how you want to in your yard, but what about the fact that your yard has now encroached upon his yard?
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Darvin Chambers is suing Sherry Irvin in the amount of $700. Mr. Chambers claims toxic hemlock spread from his neighbor's yard to his and says Ms. Irvin needs to remove the poisonous weed and pay for the damage to his property.
All right, Mr. Chambers, you are suing Ms. Irvin for nuisance in the amount of $700, having something to do with damage to your property.
Yes.
Based on her action.
Yes, her weeds are growing into my property, ruining my lawn. They're actually predatory weeds. I have a witness here.
Okay. How long have you lived next to the plaintiff?
1 year.
1 year. And what has the relationship been like? I guess it's been contentious.
A little bit. He's been very aware of my yard, coming over, telling me how it doesn't look like it should be in this neighborhood.
Right. What type of neighborhood is it?
It's just a simple, regular neighborhood. It's just that I don't groom my yard. I let Mother Nature take its course.
Oh, yeah, I had a neighbor like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and then weeds and seeds waft into my yard and they grow, and I'm fine with that.
How long have you been there?
1 year.
So then tell me how this problem started. What's going on in her yard that's impacting your yard?
Well, she has a tremendous amount of weeds. I have some pictures
Let me see
here.
the pictures of the weeds.
Okay. And
you said you lived there a year. Have you ever cut the yard in a year?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I guess that's her on the left side of the picture. This your yard?
yeah.
Yeah, that's my yard.
Right. Okay.
And
It's
I'm
a
being
little
very
wild to
generous,
me.
Your Honor.
Right. Well, but this is your property here, right?
Yes.
So her yard has infringed upon your yard.
Absolutely.
Well, what do you think about that part? Because you got the right, maybe, to live how you want to in your yard, but what about the fact that your yard has now encroached upon his yard?
The seeds from the weeds fly over there from Mother Nature.
Right. No, they fly from your yard because it's the same.
because
it's the same plants here. Have you tried to kill these weeds that are going into your yard?
Well, no. My landscaper will explain a little bit better.
Okay.
But I don't want to be exposed to them because they're poisonous. It's hemlock poison.
What's the name of your yard man? Is that Gary Lee on the witness list?
Gary Lee.
Court calls Gary Lee.
coming up.
So you think that that's okay? Growing toxic plants in your yard here.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Darvin Chambers, who is suing Sherry Irvin for nuisance.
Say your full name.
My name is Gary Lee.
Okay. And what do you do for a living?
I own the landscaping company that's been servicing Mr. Chambers' property for over 10 years now.
Over 10 years you've been servicing his property?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, and so then this started happening once the defendant moved in?
Yeah.
And so what did you do?
So I let him know that that unless she takes care of the problem on her side,
Right.
it's going to keep on recurring.
Right.
So I told him to reach out to her to take care of the problem.
Right.
But obviously we're here because she's not.
Well, I heard also from the plaintiff that there's some things growing in here that could be toxic.
Yes.
What's toxic in this
It's called
plant?
hemlock, poison hemlock.
Hemlock.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
what does it do? Do we need to look it up? Let me look it up on my phone.
Respiratory problem.
Let me look it up on my phone.
Okay. Sure.
Highly poisonous.
Yes.
Not to be confused with evergreen hemlock.
Right.
It's blah, 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 all parts of the plant are toxic and can be deadly. So you think that that's okay? Growing toxic plants in your yard here.
I'm not really growing it.
Yeah, you're growing it.
That's my yard, I'm growing
You're
it.
growing it.
Okay.
You're responsible for what takes place on your property, and you're allowing a toxic plant to grow on your property. What a nuisance is when you bring something onto somebody else's property that causes damage to their property. And it's apparent from the testimony that you are allowing this to happen, and so therefore it would be considered a nuisance.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
And why are you asking for $700?
That's the estimate I got from Gary here.
Oh, to clear it all out? But you could only clear out his side.
Yeah,
So it's $700 to clear out
No, this is for the resodding and the having to take about 3-4 inches of sod and also to reseed it.
Right.
That's
but the
what I'm
thing
suing
is
for.
that you don't need to do anything until she gets rid of it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
She needs to get rid of it
Yeah.
first. So I'm going to ask you, when do you think you will have it cleared up?
Probably within a week.
Okay, a week. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold this case in recess. I've already ruled in favor of the plaintiff. And I'm going to reset this case in 10 days, and you are to come back and provide proof that you have cleared your yard. All right, so this case stands in recess for 2 weeks. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to provide proof of yard clearance.
She made a wise decision, and I learned a few things about my own negligence.
Well, I didn't think it was that poisonous and that dangerous.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.